This movie, Nobody, is about a guy who decided to forget his terrifying past and live a new life. But a small mistake by some thieves awakens the devil inside him.
Motherfucker!
And now, the man who was once running from his past is about to dive back into that dark game where winning means erasing his enemy's existence completely. The story starts in an interrogation room where we see our main lead character, Harry Mansell, being questioned by two cops about how a single guy pulled off such a massive stunt.
Who the fuck are you?
And then it flashes back to show Hutch's personal life. He wakes up every morning, takes out the trash, goes for a walk, comes home to make breakfast, heads to his job, and follows the same routine every day. But one night, while he's sleeping, he hears someone in the house, so he checks everyone's rooms, and his son Blake says there's definitely someone who entered through the main door. Hutch realizes two thieves have broken into his home, so he grabs a golf club, but the thieves tell him to hand over whatever he's got. Hutch says he doesn't have much money, just what's in a bowl, and they can take it, and they also take his watch. At that moment, Blake comes from behind, grabs one of the thieves, and starts fighting him. But the other thief, a woman, pulls out a gun and says she'll shoot. Even though Hutch had a chance to take them down with his weapon, for some reason he tells Blake to let them go and leave.
Let him go, son.
So both thieves escape with their lives. Blake is furious that Hutch didn't act despite having the chance.
What the fuck, Dad?
A little later, the police arrived at their house and Hutch's wife explains that they were sleeping when two thieves broke in, tried to steal, and roughed up Blake, but her husband saved him. The cops say if thieves entered their house and they had a chance to kill them, they'd have made mincemeat of them, calling Hutch a coward for not acting, but Hutch is thinking about the same thing, wondering what else he could have done since his son's life was at risk.
I can't believe I let this happen. My beautiful wife, my beautiful kids, my home. Broken into with the friggin'.
Then they return home, sleep properly, and Hutch's daughter Sammy comes in saying, "Dad, you're so great, you fought them off so well, but I want a kitty, can you get me one?" Hutch replies, "Sure, Queen, I'll get you a kitty soon." The next morning, it's the same routine, taking out the trash, exercising, making breakfast, while his wife, who has a corporate job, heads out. At this point, Blake, whose face is swollen, comes to Hutch and says he needs to make a thesis for school about an army agent's life, and asks if Hutch can help. Hutch says he was in the army, but only as an auditor, not a soldier, so his life wasn't that exciting, suggesting Blake talk to his grandpa, who was also in the army. Blake says, "Fine, I'm late for school." When they step outside, Hutch's neighbor, who just got a new car, brags that it has a V8 engine, goes 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, and no car can match it, but Hutch, being an ordinary guy, takes his old car to drop his kids at school and heads to his job at a steel factory owned by his father-in-law. There, his brother-in-law gives him a gun, saying Blake called and told him everything, so Hutch should keep it in case someone breaks in again and he can't fight back. We also see Hutch's father-in-law, Bob, who says Blake called him too and asked why Hutch didn't do anything when he had the chance. But he also said that Hutch has a family and safety to consider, so he knows best. They also discuss a deal from some time ago where Hutch wants to buy the factory to have something to call his own, and Bob says he built it with his blood and wants a good price, but will think about it. Hutch then goes to his personal cabin, where he talks to an intelligence contact named Harry, his brother, on a separate radio frequency. Harry says he heard about the thieves through police reports and asks why Hutch didn't kill them.
So tell me about last night.
Word travels fast, huh?
Here we see Hutch's true face. He knew the gun the thieves pointed at him was an M1911 with .20 caliber bullets capable of 6 rounds, but it was empty, and the thieves were so nervous, likely driven by some desperate need, which is why he didn't raise a hand against them. After finishing work, Hutch visits his father at a nursing home where he's watching TV and recounts the whole incident, but his dad doesn't pay much attention, eats, and falls asleep. We see a photo of his dad with 2 sons, including Harry, whom Hutch was talking to earlier on the secret frequency. Back home, as they discuss not having gone on a vacation together in a while, Sammy says she can't find her kitty cat bracelet, which she left in the cash bowl.
My kitty cat bracelet.
Where was it?
In here. They couldn't have stolen that.
Hutch gets furious, not over the money or watch, but because the thieves took his daughter's kitty cat bracelet, and now their punishment is certain. He goes to his father's house, puts on his jacket, grabs a gun, pockets some cash, loads bullets, and is about to leave when his dad says, "Took you long enough, but you finally got some sense. You know what you need to do." Hutch heads to the city's tattoo shops to track the girl with the tattoo on her arm, but no shop owner knows who made it. After going from one shop to another, he reaches a 4th shop, shows the tattoo, and flashes an FBI badge. An old army soldier there recognizes Hutch's own army tattoo, gets scared, locks himself in a room, and tells the tattoo shop owner to give Hutch whatever he wants or they'll be in big trouble. The tattoo shop owner gives Hutch all the details about the girl, and Hutch goes straight to their house, beating the male thief with a gun and demands his watch, money, and Sammy's kitty cat bracelet.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet, motherfucker!
The girl gives him the watch, but says she doesn't know about the bracelet and didn't take it.
The kitty cat bracelet.
Then Hutch hears a baby crying using a breathing mask for treatment. And the thieves admit they stole from his house because they were desperate to pay for their child's medical care, begging for forgiveness. Since Hutch is a father himself, he spares them and leaves, but his pent-up anger explodes as he punches a wall, showing us the rage of a hungry lion, calm until provoked, but capable of going to any extreme when pushed. On a bus, some drunk guys crash their car into a divider, see a lone girl on the bus, and board it to harass her. Hutch, waiting for a chance to unleash the anger he's been holding back, seizes the moment, brutally beating all the thugs in a fierce fight. He gets stabbed but pulls out the knife, keeps fighting, grabs a rod, breaks their bones. And when one guy's windpipe closes, he cuts his throat and inserts a straw to save his life, showing he knows how both take and save lives, revealing his agent-level intelligence. At home, his wife stitches him up, puts ointment on his wounds, and says, "When will you change? If this keeps up, our relationship won't last long." The next scene shows Yulian, a rich guy who owns a club where he dances and acts like a happy, lucky person. But when some dealers and clients comment that it's shocking to see a dangerous man like him dance, saying it doesn't suit him, Yulian notices a guy staring at him, smashes a bottle on his head and kills him with it, telling his men, "Does this attitude suit me better?" We learn Yulian is a Russian mafia king who manages all the city's black money in a bank called the Obshak, where every mafia guy stashes their cash. When he hears his brother was badly beaten, Yulian throws a chair at the driver who was with his brother, demanding to know how it happened. The driver says one guy beat up all 6 of them, and another guy hands Yulian Hutch's dropped credit card. The scene shifts to the next morning where Hutch's family is going through their daily routine. When the phone rings, Hutch picks up and Harry warns him, "Bro, you've messed with the wrong guy. The guy you beat up last night on the bus was Yulian, the Russian mafia king's brother. Get out of the house or go far away, but don't fall into their hands." Panicked, Hutch goes to meet a close friend, the barber, who has tight security and getting a shave. The barber gives Hutch a file saying the guy he messed with is Yulian, the Russian mafia king who controls the whole city, and if Hutch tries to escape, Yulian will find him and kill him and his family, advising him to get as far away as possible. Meanwhile, Yulian's hacker, using Hutch's credit card, checks her database but finds no one named Hutch, so she blackmails an American intelligence agent with compromising photos, threatening to leak them online and ruin his family unless he gets her info on Hutch fast. The agent digs through boxes and finds out Harry Mansell isn't an ordinary guy, but an ex-army agent who's committed countless brutal killings, scaring the agent so much he quits his job. At Hutch's house, everything seems normal as they have dinner, and Hutch suggests going on a long overdue vacation. Looking out the window, he sees several cars approaching, signaling trouble is coming. He opens the basement door, puts his family inside, and locks it to keep them safe. A ton of goons armed with M11s, M14, snipers, and assault rifles storm in, and a massive fight breaks out. Hutch, knowing his house inside out, uses knives, pans, and anything he can grab to fight back, but one goon hits him with an electric shock, and they capture him to take him to Yulian alive. In the car's trunk, with his hands cuffed, he knows if you break your thumb's bone, you can slip out. So he breaks his thumb, grabs a fire extinguisher, blinds the goons, causing the car to crash into a pole, and escapes. He tells one goon he used to work for American intelligence as an ex-army soldier before killing him. Hutch checks on his father at the nursing home, then returns to home, gets his wife and kids out of the basement, tells his wife to blindfold the kids, and drive to DC, promising to explain everything when they meet and asking her to trust him. His wife takes the kids and leaves for the DC. Harry calls again on the secret frequency, saying, "You've taken out a huge mess. I've kept my face hidden all this time. Don't force me to reveal it." Hutch tries to explain his story to the goons, saying he once was sent to kill a secret agent who begged for mercy, promising to become a good person. A year later, Hutch checked on him and saw he left his dark life behind, living happily with his family, inspiring Hutch to seek a peaceful life. But now with all this bloodshed, he fears police investigations or more trouble, so he burns his house with the goon bodies inside and escapes in his neighbor's V8 car, as the neighbor brag talks to the wind. Meanwhile, goons reach his father at the nursing home, but his dad is no rookie. He is ready with a double-barrel shotgun and turns them into mincemeat. Hutch, carrying a lot of gold, goes to his father-in-law and says he wants to buy the factory. His brother-in-law objects, saying it's their hard-earned business and they'll sell it for a high price, but Bob, sensing something's up, takes the gold and agrees. Hutch, a sharp engineer-type guy, starts making small traps with guns, bombs, and bullets, then sets out to destroy Yulian's empire. He shoots Yulian's men, pours gasoline on their money, and sets it on fire. At Yulian's hotel, where he's singing and enjoying a show, Hutch is there too. Yulian approaches, saying, "You've got some guts. They say when a jackal's death comes, it runs to the city not to face a lion, but you came to me. Take a free bullet." Hutch lifts a handkerchief, revealing a bomb, saying, "Make a sound and I'll blow you up right here. You sent goons to my house, tried to kill me and my family, forcing me to burn my home. Years of hard work turned to ashes. So I burned all your money as revenge. Here's the proof." Yulian, enraged, says Hutch burned everything, but Hutch offers him a chance. "Everyone deserves a shot at change. Quit now, and I'll spare your life. Keep up your dark business, and no one will be worse than me." Hutch starts to leave, but Yulian, no small player, sends all his men after him. Hutch, crossing his fingers and waiting for this, lures them to the factory where he worked, where his traps, bombs triggered by stepping on things, rebar impaling goons, take them out one by one. His father and stepbrother Harry show up, guns in hand, joining the fight, turning goons into mincemeat in an epic action sequence, as it's an action movie, so bloodshed is a must, and bodies pile up in the factory. Their ammo runs out, but Yulian appears with a loaded gun. Hutch, thinking fast, grabs a bulletproof shield rigged with a bomb, moves toward Yulian, and pulls the bomb's rope, blasting them both back. The shield saves Hutch, but Yulian's done for. With the enemy dead and his family safe, Hutch calls them, saying he'll be home soon and not to worry, everything's sorted. The story returns to the first scene, where the cops in the interrogation room are asking how one guy caused such a massacre, but their boss calls saying, "Let Hutch go," so they release him. At home, during the fight, Hutch finds Sammy's kitty cat bracelet under the sofa, and we see a little kitten showing what that bracelet caused. 3 months later, a broker shows Hutch and his wife a new house, saying it's full of light with great furniture, but their main concern is whether it has a basement, as it's critical if trouble comes again.
A basement.
And the movie ends here. In the post-credits scene, Harry and their dad talk about taking a bus instead of a flight because they have too much stuff. Tons of guns stolen from the goons, heading to the safe place Hutch just bought. And with that, the movie wraps up.